We need an intro. I don't have it. All right. Well, I don't want to put that in there. It's going to make it smell. Morning, Lucas.
Hey, what's up?
I hate doing this video. Awkward. We're going to shoot a bunch of deer today. I hope. Okay, I'm going to talk fast because we've got to have some deer in here soon. There's a front blowing through. It's been blowing through all night. It had a lot of rain. The rain's pretty much stopped. We might get a little bit wet, but temperatures have dropped 20 degrees. It's about 49 this morning. It was 80 was the high yesterday. So the deer definitely ought to be moving as soon as this front gets through. It's about past. So we're hoping we're going to get in some deer real soon, I think. Got acorns to the right, food plot to the left. You can tell they've been in both. Should be a good time. We're getting ready to go to his grandmother's house, which is just on the other side of the hill. Eat some breakfast, eat some brownies, take a little snooze, wait for this front to blow through, check a couple cards, see if we see some sign, and then get back out this afternoon. As soon as this is all through, guys, should blow up in here. It's gonna, we'll end up being in, I think we'll end up being in plenty of deer. Yeah, I like it. I think the weather's just bad this morning.
Yeah. Everybody I've talked to pretty much said the same thing. Are you recording me?
I am right now.
How's it stand sitting?
The top's a lot sturdier than the bottom.
Really?
But I can shoot sitting down, so that doesn't really matter. Alright, so right above me is the tree we were in this morning. I climbed down, and there are acorns everywhere. It almost looks like, it's just washed down right here. There's a ton of acorns, and I can see through the binoculars at least 2 fresh rubs that are right up here. I'm gonna go look at them real quick. God, there are rubs everywhere.
That one?
Yeah.
You see that one?
They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, I think it's just a bad morning because when I walked up there,
yeah,
2 does literally stood up and ran away.
Just now?
Like they probably were there for a while.
Yeah. Well, we've made a few crucial adjustments from this morning. We've gone and eaten lunch, ate a big old quesadilla at the Amigos restaurant, came back, took a nap for about an hour, and we've had some of Lucas's, Mimi's homemade brownies, which were delicious. But when we walked out of there today, I'm not kidding, I've never seen so many rubs in my life combined. I stood in one spot, spun in a circle and counted, and I could count 19 different rubs from all the ones that I could see. They've absolutely blown it up in there. A few scrapes, but a ton of rubs. So we're gonna get back in there tonight. I'm just gonna sit in the same stand I was in this morning. We ought to have a darn good chance of at least seeing some deer tonight. Seems about right. We have still seen 0 deer.
successfully. I don't think I just did it successfully. I don't think I got that doe on video, but I don't really care. It was at least 4 does that came out into the plot. One of the does was pushing her yearling around, and then they all left, and then when that little buck came in, he just started chasing around in the circle, and then chased them out and chased them all back in. And that one doe, I don't know if she's missing hair on her head, or if her head's just white, but it's really cool looking, I think. She finally came back to where she was originally feeding right in front of me, and I think I smoked her. She was quartering away a little bit, and I had to kind of slide and tuck it right in this little opening, and I hit her right where I was aiming. I think I busted her. She reared up, I kicked real hard, and took off a good direction. So, but if that arrow went in where I would think it did, it probably should just champ in that chest cavity. I don't know, but she shouldn't be far. And it didn't spook those other 5 deer that were standing in the field. And the whole time, there's another doe that's back here blowing at me. So, I don't know. And they kept looking up here in the opposite corner of this plot, so I'm hoping we get a big buck, work his way through. It's great weather for it today, for them to be up and moving, so I'll see if I can see that shot. She's got to be dead. She's circled back. Buck. Dang it, it's a small buck.
hour and a half after the shot, those 2 bucks that came busting through here, that was about 30 minutes ago. That smaller doe's fed off back to the other property. I've made a good 360 check. I think we're good to get down. But go see if we can pick up some blood. I know I marked where the last place I saw her was. Hopefully she's not too far from there. I don't like tracking, so hopefully we don't have to do that today. But I'm anxious to see what that is on her forehead. If it's just hair missing or white hair or what. It's cool looking. So we'll see if we can't pick up trail and find her pretty quick. That's the hope. I'd really started getting stressed. I just started really worrying because my arrow wasn't at impact. I haven't found my arrow. I don't know if it's in it or not, but had really good solid blood for about 30 yards until the last point that I saw her at, and I knew that the way that I shot her, she could not be very far because I hit her right where we were, right behind the shoulder V. It was quartering. She was quartering away, so it should have gone right through her chest cavity. Which is the reason I think that arrow probably didn't pass through, but I'd found really good blood, knew kind of the general direction she was going. I was like, crap, I've been kind of coming back and forth here, haven't found any blood in the last 30 yards, and I look up, and sure enough, thank you Lord, she is in the road. Oh, that's the best feeling ever. What a relief. Thank you Lord. First thing I notice, one, love the point of impact, and secondly, ripped off a vein going in. It's all right. I don't mind to lose a vein if it's shooting a deer. But yeah, oh, it's wonderful, 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 wonderful. Didn't make it but about 80 yards. That's my first time with the Ranch Fairy adult arrow, heavy arrow setup. And tickled to death. This is a gorgeous doe. She's got this really cool little characteristic. She got this big white marking on her head. I couldn't tell if she had hair missing or if it was white, and it is white, which is the coolest thing. But bled real good the first 30 yards. I don't know if I just lost the blood, got off the trail, but had kind of a general idea she was at, so I just made one kind of big circle and saw her laying out here in the road. So beautiful, tickled to death. And now the work starts. But all in all, that was a fun morning. Got to watch some bucks chase. Got to watch quite a few deer. Yeah, can't beat it. So get her taken care of, loaded in the whitetail wagon. We'll head back to Knoxville.